Hi, this is the man from Modesto. This is dream lesson number 9. It's our first lesson about understanding time in our understanding of dreams. Now, when I ran cross country, I frequently would dream about how I would finish in the race. Now, on one particular night before a race, I dreamed that I finished second place. Now, I saw that I did something in this race that I had never done before. Now, in order to help you understand what's going on, I'm going to explain to you a little bit about how a race breaks out and unfolds, a cross-country race. And now I saw two scenes in the dream. I saw how I moved with the pack, and I saw the finish. Now, in a cross-country race, they set these blocks up like this. Each little square is assigned to a certain college, and the men line in like this. 2 or 3 men up front, depending on the school's strategy, and the other team members back here. Now, when the gun blows, they all rush out, and they kind of form this blob quickly. Everybody forms a big mass like this. Now, in the next phase of the race, the pack breaks up. There becomes, I call it the lead pack, and then there's like the main pack back here, the follow pack. Now, I always tended to end up somewhere in the first half of this follow pack right here. This is where I would end up, somewhere in here. Now, from here, this lead pack goes on, and it breaks up, and it stays like a lead pack, and then, in my own terms, I call this the leaders, right? The leaders. The leaders would be over here, right? There's like a couple, 3, 4, 5 guys, a small number, less than 10. They break off, and they start singling out, maybe running in 2s or 3s, but very small, very small. Okay, so anyway, I see that in a dream, what I see is I'm looking down. So this is the first part of the dream, is number 1 right here. This is the first time point in the dream, is that I'm actually watching as a single point perspective. I'm actually watching from above as I leave here and run up and join this pack right here. That's what I see in the first scene of the dream. I see that I did this, I employed a strategy I never before employed in a cross-country race. And then what I saw next was I saw the finish cones over here, and I saw one person finishing way ahead of me, breaking the tape there. And I saw there was no one on the course, so that I was number 2, that I was going to finish second. So when I woke up from the dream over here, this is the second time point, right? The second time point is when I wake up in my bed. Now, an important thing happens right here, and that's called recall, and also interpretation. Okay, so that's what happens at this time point. Okay, I remember the dream. I play it from, I play what my spirit saw, what I saw in the spirit. I play it back to my conscious mind, and then I remember it. Okay, so what I see is this, and what I see is this picture, and I tell myself, one person finished ahead of me, it means that I placed second. Okay, I placed second. Okay, that's my interpretation right there, second place. Second place. Okay, so now, in the actual day of the race, I saw the lead pack break away, and I remembered the dream, and I said, I wonder if I can really do that. So I did it. I said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to run real hard today and see what happens. I broke forth from the follow pack, and I joined the lead pack. I ran with them for some time. It was an amazing race. I could tell you the whole story. Just be boring, not relevant. But in the end, now the race started over these double hump mountains, hills, I guess, and we ran some circles, and then we came back up these hills. Now, I ran through so many hard points. It was so torturous for me. It was an amazingly hot day, almost 100% humidity. It was, I think, 104 degrees. This is in California. It was horrible conditions. And in fact, what happens is, when I get up here, there's another guy running just ahead of me, and I'm running back here. This guy gets to the top of the hill, and it's pretty steep. He actually staggered and fell backwards because he was so fatigued. Now, I caught up to him. We ran together down here. You come down through here, and then you come back, and then we finished in here. Now, when I was up here, I looked over, and sure enough, I saw one runner finishing just ahead of me, exactly like I saw in the dream. Okay, exactly like I saw in the dream. I see one runner there. I see the rest of the course, this part here. There's no one there. Wow. Okay, so what happens is I end up getting just a little behind this guy, and as we're coming through right here like this, two guys running, we're like this close together. He's just ahead of me. And you know what happened is this guy, he actually passed out right there within a very short distance before the finish line. This guy passes out because of the weather conditions. He goes down, I jump over him, and I finish first, actually. It turned out that this was a woman, she was the last runner, a straggler, from the women's competition, which had been held immediately before our competition. Okay, so now let me talk about the aspects of time in this dream, because there really are 3 time points. This one exists twice. One, I see it here, and 2, I'm at point 1 watching 2. This is difficult for me to understand, so it's got to be difficult to explain. Okay. Now, the second point is where I remember point 1. Now, the third point is where I actually make the decision, right, which was seen by point 1. But here's the thing. I don't see, this is number 3 here. Let's make this clear. Okay, I don't see number 3 from point 1 until I make the decision at point 3. But I don't recall point 1 at 2 until I've already seen it. But at point 3, I only made the decision because of what I knew from point 2. So now, where did the decision really made? Did I make the decision in the dream? Did I make the decision in the dream? And that's what I saw. Was I creating the dream? Number 2, does the decision exist here? When I recall it, is that why it becomes reality? Because without that, I wouldn't have made the decision here. Or is the real event really at number 3? That's where the real event is, number 3. Number 3. So we can't live our life by the dream. I can't look at the dream and say, that's what's going to happen no matter what I do. All right, God, it's predetermined, predestination. No, no, no. In number 3, I really have to make the decision. I really must make the decision to leave the follow pack, leave my comfort zone, everything that I've always known, and go forward and go with the leaders. I have to do that. I actually had to do that. It was a piece of work there. I had to catch my breath. Then I had to fight for the rest of the race. At any point, I could have quit. Any person in any race at any time can quit. Right? It's my option. So I had to make the decision to go forward. I have to actually take the action, and I have to continue the action until I receive the reward. Okay, now that's what you need to understand about time in the dream is that the most important point in time is the now, right there. Number 3, the now. That's where you make the decision. That's what I see from number 1. That's what I recall at number 2 over here. Okay. You can watch this a couple times, make your own sketch. Maybe you have some other dream events, you can think about it. But what it comes down to is the now. You can't rest your laurels on what you saw in the dream. You are not who you saw in the dream. You are the sum of the actions that you make in life and that you support. Now, one more quick point. Actually, that's it for this dream. This is dream lesson number 9. This is the man from Modesto reminding you as always to pray or be defeated.